Live. We live, baby.
We live. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome to the bRho tAlk podcast. We got 2 out of the 4 members that are here. Myself, Mark Guthrie. Bro, what's going on, bro? It's good to see you, man. It felt like I haven't seen you like in a couple months or something like that, man.
Nah, it's not a couple months. It's just a couple weeks. I went to Jamaica, man. I had to go eat some fruits out in Jamaica, man.
Man.
Yeah, I run out there for a little bit, have some fruits. See some family friends, man. I had one of my cousins had passed as well too, so I stopped by, pay my condolences and stuff like that. Just to get away from this place a little bit, man. Sometimes just clear your head and get your head back in order,
Yeah. Like, so I mean, just going back, man. Like, what are some memories that come up whenever you get a chance to go back to Jamaica?
Knowing where all my mango trees are. Back in the days in the woods.
Now,
man.
Did you plant these trees?
No.
Okay.
It's just people mangoes that we go take. You know what I'm saying? That's in the bushes. Like, as a kid growing.
Hey, do y'all rinse y'all fruit off? I sound real American and ignorant right now, but do y'all just eat from the tree?
Oh, bro, I just eat, bro. I mean, you talking about fruits, like picking one of my fruits from the trees?
Yeah.
Oh, bro. Oh, you just pick. You do one of these.
Yeah.
What you do, man? Watch it. Listen.
I sounded real American, right?
Yeah, man. Yeah. Like you need a knife. You need a knife and fork with you, man. Go to Jamaica, man.
You sound like you went to Gates, child.
See, this ain't got nothing to do with Gates, child, man. This got everything.
Yeah, no. Listen, bro. I grew up, man. There was a couple trees around the crib that had apples, and not they. Okay, statute of limitations is up, so it wasn't our trees, man. But the apples was.
Who just said it wasn't his trees either?
Trees.
Yeah, we grabbed them apples, and we wasn't going to rinse them off.
Nah.
Yo, bro, your Spence said that you grill without utensils. He said you use your hands to flip burgers and turn hot dogs.
He has. Listen, he do, but listen.
You ever watch Brew grill? Brew,
he the man on that grill though.
Yo, hands down. Like I was watching Brew one day. I said, "Yo, your hair's not hot." He was like, "No, you just." That's how I knew I wasn't ready to be a grill person yet. I had to wait my turn.
Whatever one of my special, I use my hand. I know you love the food. All right, you love the food.
Hold on though. Bro was cooking last week. I seen a picture. He was seasoning some food. I said, I don't know if I trust that, man. I trust Bro. I trust Bro to buy it. I don't know if he should be cooking it though.
Who was that?
Who the only person in the chapter that he just buy the food? He's like, you buy it.
No. He's good. He's good. To be honest with you, he's been around me and Ike long enough. He's good. Okay. He's just lazy. He's just lazy to do that thing. He's good. He's been around me and Ike. So
But since we on that topic, man, I want to. We could do this early on. I'm thinking about it. I want to get 2 shout out, man. Several birthdays happened, right? This past couple weeks.
Listen, you know who better be first.
Balo, I don't know who's gonna be first.
Yeah, tell us.
Listen,
you got 30 seconds, Balo. Go ahead.
Nah, man, my sins. I take as much time as I need to shout my sins out for his boy.
My ADP. Take your time.
Yeah, use my hands, man.
Take your time.
I ain't giving him all this time right now, man.
All right, not yet.
You're disrespectful.
Nah, hold on. We can shout him out right now. We ain't gotta wait. We already there.
Yeah, shut him up, B. Go ahead, B.
Yeah, man. Happy born day to my sons, Doc Leonard Brock, and listen, much love, bro. Salute. More life. We up.
in that same round, man, I want to give a shout out to my sister Bridget. Bridget out there, man, Arizona. What was that? Bridget in Utah, wherever Bridget is, Denver.
She was somewhere. Right, Denver.
Yeah. Shout out to Bridget, man. I'm happy.
Shout out to her. No doubt, man. No doubt. Yeah, ADP, shout out to you, bro. You already know. Much love. I know you enjoying yourself where you at, man. So much love to you and to the family, the nephew, and everybody, man. So much love to wifey. Yo, bro.
See, you dirty for
that. No, I didn't write that. Yo. Anyway. Ike, what's up, baby? What's going on, man?
Hold up. Let me,
huh?
Before I give a shout out, man. Shout out to the Blisses. 11 years, right?
11 years.
11 years. Shout out to Ike and Ezra Bliss.
Not quite, man. We ain't making. We got a couple more days, but
all right.
But yeah, a lot of people.
Well, we won't be on in a couple days, but we on the day.
And Brock would have said, "You want some berries? You want some berries?" Oh, that boy's a fool, man. Hey, man. Hey, and LB Mike celebrate his birthday too. I always forget Mike's birthday. Mike's birthday.
Oh yeah. Mike said, yeah.
Yes. Shout out to my LB, my number 2, Michael Stanislav.
Shaka had a birthday too recently.
There's Shaka, yup. The 2 oldest bros in the chapter, man. Shout out to them. Yo, Ike, what's good, man? You look like kids in play, bro. What's good?
Yeah, it was just here the other day, weren't they? It was just here.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm all right, man. Just a little tired. It's late, and I got 49 kids and 52 jobs. So
nobody told you to be unprotected.
And nobody told me not to. So
listen, hey, I'm gonna keep it a stack with you.
Keep it a stack.
With your spouse? Nah, with your spouse.
Ain't no such thing as protection.
Shouldn't be no conversations about protection with your spouse.
Is it more like planning?
Yeah, like yo, that's me right there.
All right.
Yeah, listen, I got the ultimate protection.
Ask him with more though.
We done.
I love you. About to have another one then? You about to just, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no.
So as you talking about, so you just gonna, all right, never mind. All right, so
I know I will. I will.
Yo, Brock talking about I left the R word, man. Like you can't you're not even supposed to say that word no more, right, bro.
Hey, I have that picture I'm about to put up on the show tonight.
Yeah. What picture? The picture that was all in, but you couldn't see Brock ass?
That same one with the one with the Gumby like this with the Hawaiian shirt. Yeah.
Hey, Brock, man, when you get some time, man, you gotta get on the show, bro. Cause
yeah, but you gotta come on and light these dudes up, man.
Listen, they don't know, man. They don't know how we get down. So
yeah, man, this dude's gonna start with me this morning. I told him not to start with me, man. When he start with me, man, I light the fire. I got all the pictures to prove, man. I was about to do him dirty too for his birthday. I was about to send Ike some pictures. And I know if I would have sent Ike those pictures, Ike would have posted. You know what I'm saying? And I'd say, I ain't gonna do that, man. I ain't gonna do that to my man. You know what I'm saying? If I would have sent those to Ike would have posted.
Now I don't even post no more, man. It's like everything that come from me just come from real life, man. It's like anything online, man. I don't really mess with it no more. Like you gotta get it straight from the source. Straight no chasing.
Straight no chasing. All right, man. So listen, we got a couple things to talk about today, man. First thing is, who y'all got winning the Super Bowl this season?
Listen, I tell you who it ain't gonna be. It ain't gonna be the Giants.
Yo, chill out, bro. Hold on, man. We definitely a contender again, though.
I'm sure the 49ers have no chance as well. So.
Yeah, the 49ers is trash.
Yeah. That's why we would have been in the Super Bowl if our quarterback didn't rupture his elbow in the game.
You heard what you said,
why
right?
People always talking about would-haves, man.
What
happened, yo?
You said I'm talking about would-haves. What definition of contender is your boy Juice using? Like, that's the loosest definition of contender I've ever heard.
What is?
Man, listen.
He said the Giants are contenders this year.
Yeah.
Listen,
we making the playoffs.
Every team in the league is a contender. Like, yeah, absolutely.
Exactly.
From week one, anybody.
The question was, who's winning the Super Bowl? That was my question. So he said not the Giants. I said that's a lie. Then you said 49ers would have. Bro, that's in the past. We're talking about this year, 23-24. We got not win the Super Bowl.
San Francisco.
KC, man.
Well, then from the same argument, the Giants.
KC.
I mean, we both.
Y'all being fans right now. I'm giving you objective facts.
There are no facts at the beginning of the season, man. There are no facts.
The fact is that
who's going to win the Super Bowl? That doesn't exist.
It's all projection, though. It's just all right. So okay, let me ask a different question then. Who you see going to the playoffs?
AFC, to the playoffs? From the AFC, I believe the Buffalo, KC, Cincinnati, Baltimore, they'll be in the mix of the Final Four. I think the Raiders with Garoppolo will be in the playoff hunt because the AFC West could squeeze out two teams, and so the AFC East could squeeze out two teams as well.
Okay.
And because I think the Dolphins or the Jets could be the second team out of the AFC East to make it.
Okay.
So my answer is I don't know, and nobody knows, and I don't really care either. Somebody's gonna win. Somebody's gonna lose a lot of money betting on it. Somebody's gonna make some money. That's how the season's gonna go. But the NFL is gonna be the real winner because they're gonna be making their money all year while people sitting around watching.
Hey, did y'all watch that Jimmy Manziel documentary?
Dr. Umar today?
Yeah, he on that documentary.
Oh yeah. It's one of them days, man. It's one of them days.
You know this Dr. Umar.
It's one of them days.
Yo, man, my cousin sent me stuff from Dr. Umar, man. I was like, man, I don't listen to this dude, man. Even like a little bit of stuff, I'd be like, he just, I can't do it. I don't know how y'all feel about it, man, but I can't do it with that brother. I'll let him have it.
The brother makes a lot of valid arguments. I just feel like he takes a lot of positions where he's just pointing out problems. Where are the solutions? What are you actively doing to work toward a solution in this?
He said he got a school.
He does.
But he points out a lot more arguments about issues in our community than education. So, and even if that school was up and running and operational right now, it's one school. And I'm not dismissing or diminishing the value of one school, but we talking moving the needle forward, we're gonna need a lot more schools. So, he do a lot of pointing out problems and issues, but he doesn't have what has he done that's other than made his platform bigger for himself? What has he done?
What you think, man? I saw you was like, yo, he got a school. What's your thought?
I don't know, man. I think this dude makes some great points about a lot of different things, right? I'm not a big fan of him either. However, we do make a big thing. And I think having one school B is a big thing. It's a big deal. There's too much time. We have a lot of we'll have all these schools and it's not functioning right. You know what I'm saying? So when we talk about these schools that we already have, we need to clean those up first. We need to clean those up and put the right people in these schools, right? And make sure these people are like-minded. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of people go to places because the jobs are safer. And because the jobs are safer, and they make a certain amount of money, they still not teaching our kids. And I think the system needs to change. Because I think high school, middle school, it's a big daycare, man. I think teachers are more daycare, they are more daycare driven than being teachers.
Yeah.
Until we get to the bottom of this joint about this, making stuff simpler for these kids, and really giving it to them, and make the parents accountable for some of the actions, right? Then we're never gonna go anywhere. We're gonna come back and we're gonna talk about this thing. That's why sometimes because I hear about people with schools and this and this and that and that and this. Jalen Rose was the first athlete to have his own school. When LeBron brought his school, people forgot that Jalen Rose is the one that brought his school in Detroit. Jalen Rose, his school run on Jalen Rose pocket. And it's still doing numbers. Still doing great numbers, producing great young men. You know what I'm saying? That's going to college, 4-year universities. A lot of people do that. You know what I'm saying? But what LeBron doing his thing.
I thought LeBron had like a 2% graduation rate at his school or something like that.
2%. See, I don't know. Jalen Rose stuff is out the window with graduation rate.
Here's the context. Here's the context that they left out is related to LeBron's the statistics and the data that they reported about LeBron's school, the I Promise school. In order to even qualify to apply to the I Promise school, you got to be reading like 2 grades below level. They're looking for you who need help and assistance to get, to get them up to grade level.
Okay.
So the kids were underperforming before they ever stepped foot in the I Promise school.
So what's the promise? That they still gonna fail?
Nah, that this school is gonna be there to continue to work with them and support them until they get on grade level.
That sounds good.
Sounds good, man. Sounds good.
Ultimately, at the end of the day, it's all about numbers, though. It's all about increasing. It's all about gains. And I haven't seen that data, but it'll be interesting to kind of read up on that as well too.
Yeah, because the kids are definitely making strides. But if you get a kid in 6th grade who's reading at a 3rd grade level, and by the time he's in 8th grade, they're at a 6th grade level from where they came in. Yeah, they still not at an 8th grade level, but you can see the strides in the games that have been made.
Is that data being reported out somewhere? Like, is that narrative being told?
It is, but of course, to sell papers or to make a post go viral, they're not going to report that data. They're not going to report the information about. They're just going to the clickbait is, LeBron's I Promise school had X number of 8th grade students fail or underperform during the 8th grade, during the 8th grade state math and ELA exam. That's the clickbait.
Yeah, I guess you should just shut up and dribble then, man. You know what I mean?
But if they already 2 grades behind, that means that it's going to take them a while. He's stupid.
Yo, Isaac had a day. Isaac is on one right now.
Oh, man. Isaac, man, who you got to yell at today, man? But, yeah, but
I'm just playing devil's advocate today, man. I love it.
But here's the thing, though, right? Why do people think their scores are gonna go up automatically, right? So if let's say you have them over a 4-year period or a 5-year period, right? Because isn't that usually what charter schools in New York State? You show over like a 4 to 5 year period. are you expecting for students to make exponential gains within 5 years, especially if you're getting students who are 1 to 2 grade levels behind? If
you're an NBA superstar, yes, you have all the influence in the world to make anyone change and make anyone have those gains. Like what I was saying, man, that's the narrative, right? Like they want to show that, you know, LeBron is failing in one way, shape, or form. They want to bring that attention to it because he's got a notable name. When in reality, there's so many more schools in Ohio that are doing far worse than, you know, his school as well. You know, that's doing as well too. So it's a lot of that name recognition. You got to try to beat it down, like, you know, Donald Trump. I mean, he's a great guy, and, you know, they're trying to beat him down in the media right now. So,
wait, time out. You ain't gonna let that slide. Hold on, man. What you talking about over here, man?
Yo, my bad. But yeah, it's all about the name recognition, I think. So they got to try to hurt him.
So let's go back to like this whole thing about development, right? So you had a story on Facebook, man, about your son, how he's developed as a quarterback over time, and you showed some videos. But before you get into that, man, my son is in his second year of football too, man. And I think one of the things I realized about coaching that I didn't understand was how, like, we tell kids to do something, but we don't tell them why. We don't tell them, like, what's the importance of it, right? So I'll give you an example. So we were teaching the kids how to block, right? So we have, like, kids that's playing football for, like, the first time ever, 7 years old, 8 years old, right? And we're telling them, like, hey, you got to block the man in front of you. But they have no idea why they're blocking the person in front of them besides the fact that you told them to block them in front of them, right? So one of the things we had to do was say, hey, okay, when you block this person, this is what's happening around you. So you're blocking, you're stealing the person off. The running back, well, for one, the quarterback can get the play off, right? That's the first thing. The second thing is that the ball is going to take to the running back and is going to your side. The goal of that running back is to run past you, right? And for you to steal off that defender so that person can't tackle the running back. And I think, man, one of the things that we all can work on, man, just like in general, and because we talked about parents earlier, right, is that we discipline our kids, tell our kids to do this, that, and the third. We don't tell them why. We just say because this is what I said, right? Or maybe we just don't know why ourselves, and we just heard it from somebody else. But I would love to hear more conversation about that, because I think that's a big thing that's happening in the school system, period, is that we're telling them to do this, do that, but we're not, like, making the correlation. We're not saying, like, by doing this, this is what it's going to help you do later in life, or even later on down the line.
I don't believe, man, listen, coming from where I'm coming from, man, and I know sometimes we got to change the way we view things, and I don't think you should have to explain every time you ask somebody to do something. Something is simple to get done. Just do it. You know what I'm saying? And in the process of you doing it, you'll learn while you're doing it. You know what I'm saying? Because, say for instance, you're in the school system, and we're teaching history or we're teaching math. You got to go through these rigorous stuff to really learn how to do it. So you know you have to take a state test. That's you know, right? All right. I could see those little kids that just start playing football or basketball. They don't know what a 2-1-2 is or 1-2-2, trap and all that. They don't know nothing. They don't know what a zone is. They don't know what rotation. You got to rotate on. They don't know all that stuff, right? So you got to explain to them. You got to explain to a 5, 6, 7-year-old, about those things. But as far as you in middle school at a certain age in middle school, 7th graders, 8th, 9th, 10th, I'm not doing that much explanation, man. Because you should know. You should know. You should really know why there's a teacher asks you to do something. There's rules and regulation, just like your house. You have rules and regulation in your house. Mama said don't come in after 10 o'clock. It's the reason why, right? Because don't knock on my door at 10 o'clock waking me up because I'm in my bed asleep, right? Don't let the light catch you outside or whatever. What are the street lights? There's rules and regulations. So what you got? I gotta explain why. No, Negro, I pay the bills in this house. Bottom line, you know what I'm saying? A lot of and sometimes we talk about these little things, right? And then I know kids will get softer and softer every damn year or something. What's the problem? No, man, you got to talk to your kids, build them up. You know what I'm saying? And you got to go for it. You got to go, man. You got. I'm trying to get on my nerves. Get on my nerves. We got to explain these little things. You know what I'm saying? I understand, Kate. I understand the kids that we have right now. You know, Kareem, how old is your daughter? She's in what grade?
11, going 6.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop explaining. After 10, 8, 10, I'm not gonna be explaining it like that. Certain things when it comes to school. She should grasp that. You know what I'm saying? But 8 and down, yeah, I'm gonna explain to them as much as possible because they need to know that. They need to know certain things, why they're doing the things that they do.
So would you say 10 is like the age of accountability?
Yeah,
like where accountability really starts like at that age?
I mean, strong accountability. Let me say strong accountability. You know what I'm saying? Accountability starts when they come walk and look at daddy, mommy. Accountability starts. You know what I'm saying? You got to teach them from that point, But that strong accountability, you know what I'm saying? Whoop your ass accountability. Yeah, starts that, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Hey, my son, I just look at him, man. I'm like, dude, daddy, I'm sorry. I'm like, dude, you good, man. You spilled some stuff on my carpet, man. I told you not to do it, but you want to do it. All I'm asking you to do is to go ahead and clean it up. You know what I'm saying? You don't like to wipe stuff up, but guess what? Daddy's gonna make sure you wipe that joint up. It's either that or, you know what I'm saying?
The alternative, right?
I just look at him and I laugh at him most of the time because he think I'm gonna get on his neck. I'm like, dude, I ain't getting on your neck. I ain't worried about you. Let me cook my food over here, man. You chill.
But I think that's the benefit of having a father present, as we talk about a lot in this show, right? The benefit of having I'll even say this, right? Because I believe that having a father is very important to have it in your house, in his life, point blank, period. And y'all can debate me all you want. I don't care.
No, it's no debate. Because I'm glad you said that. Because this is what happened to my son this year, bro. Because my work schedule, I'm not around my son on a regular life, right? So I get him 2 weekends out of a month. I say to the mom that let me get him every weekend. I'm talking to whatever. I don't have a name for her, but my son mother. That's what I'm dealing with, right?
That's respectful. Thank you, bro.
Yes, that's what I'm dealing with, man. It's a family show. Right? So all of a sudden, my son is not performing like he used to in school, right? Okay. And they're doing all these testing on my son. They want him to take all this medicine because this dude is acting up in class.
Sounds familiar.
Class. So I'm saying to her, I said to her, I don't want you to medicate my kid, man. I'm not with that medication stuff, right? Josiah just came back from Africa. They couldn't believe how smart Josiah was. Josiah was coming home, sitting down, and doing his homework without me telling him to go do his homework. Right? So you left from that for 2 months. Come back to school here, and all of a sudden he can't perform. And they're not giving him the half of the work that was given him in Africa. And then I'm looking at this crazy stuff like, nah. And I'm telling her the reason why is because I'm not seeing him like I'm used to. And you're doing what you're doing, and he doesn't really respect you like that. And I'm trying to explain to her, like, listen, all right, cool, no problem. Switch to my old schedule this year, bro. Because he's not going to be one of the statistics, man. When I know the kid is reaching at a 4th grade level. He's going to the 1st grade. He's going to the 1st grade, bro. You know what I'm saying? The dude, I'm the one that is my son because he speaks so proper. You know what I'm saying? He's like, yo, man. I'm like, yeah, the kid. But Josiah is not going to respect certain things if you're not on Josiah like that. It's not going to happen.
Yeah. Kids won't say it, but they need boundaries. They won't tell you that, but
they need that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I could share that about my kid. Like, listen, he's a good kid, but I'm telling the mom, saying, hell, because I'm not there like that, right? She was like, well, I don't think that. Blah, blah, blah. She knows. She knows. She's a teacher, so she knows. All right, cool. She go take Josiah to the doctor. Never take Josiah to the doctor. I'm the one that take Josiah to the doctor. World War II. The dude don't want to take his clothes off for the doctor to test him. This dude don't want to do none of that. I'm at work. I'm getting called. Like, hey, dude, man, stop playing around, man. Why are they calling me from the doctor's office? I say, your doctor, you're a nice doctor. You acting up? Yeah, daddy. I said, listen, don't let me have to see you. All right? Let the doctor test you out. Boom, 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 boom. Got it. Let the doctor do what he got to do. Right? She's going to call me later. I don't know why he acts like that. Da, 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 da. I already told you. You're not supposed to, you don't take him to the doctor. I'm always one that take him to the doctor. Right? The doctor's telling you that. But when he comes in with his dad, he has no problem. You know what I'm saying? Went to the dentist. The dentist could have, man, it's another drama. You know what I'm saying? The dentist told her, like, when his father come here, he never act like this. He just sat, da 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 da. You gotta be present, fathers. Fathers, man, you gotta be present. You're not like the situation that you in because of who the mama is. But man, just ignore the mama, man, and focus on the thing that's right, man. And that's what I do. And God knows sometimes, boy, I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah, you got. I like, man. We as brothers, man, as fathers, man. Like I said all the time. I was telling somebody in the store how, like, when I take young men, particularly on like a trip, and we were just kind of talking about supervision. I was like, it was funny, man, because there was a black lady that walked by. She looked at me because she heard what we were talking about, and we were just saying how, like, when they go on those trips, man, I said, yo, I don't let up on them. I said, yo, I treat these kids like my own kids. If we're gonna be out of town somewhere, like, bro, I'm not playing with you. Like, if I say go left, you go left. If I say go right, if I say stand still, you stand still. Like, there's no negotiation.
None.
Because one, I'm here for your safety, and number two, I'm not gonna have nobody, mom or dad, coming at me talking about something you didn't know where my kid was for 2 hours. Nah, I ain't doing that, right? And so I'm thinking. So the reason why I'm bringing this up, man, is because, like, I know sometimes they say that, you know, we can't always treat our kids the way we treat our kids, shouldn't treat other kids like that. But I'm like, nah, I'm gonna treat them like I treat my son. We got structure and accountability. It's like Vincent said earlier. Period. If you don't like it, you ain't gotta go.
You gotta go.
And that's that right there. A lot of times is different between mom and dad right now. Now moms have other superpowers that we know, right? So we're not negating that. But I'm saying, like, you know, I'm the type where it's like, oh, you don't want to do that? Fine. Then you ain't going. Like, there's none of this, like, back and forth type stuff. And that's the other thing too, this back and forth. Like, I know growing up, man, with my dad, it wasn't no back and forth.
Back and forth.
It wasn't none of that. I had to tell my son today. The coach told him something. He had an excuse. I said, man, stop talking back to the coach, man. There's no excuses. He said this. Your answer is yes, coach, no, coach. That's it. You keep it moving. Unless you got a question, then you ask a question. But it's like this thing about, like, there always being gray space. Kids don't need a lot of gray space. They need more black and white spaces. And we know, and we as men know, and those that are listening know what we're talking about. Like, it's too much of this grayness. It's yes and no. And then, Bru, I guess back to your point about accountability. You're right, man. After a certain age, I don't have to explain to you why I need you to stay with the group.
Amen.
I don't need to explain to you after a certain age why you shouldn't be running around when in the parking lot when there's traffic. Like, I shouldn't have to do that. But a lot of the young men that we're working with, man, we're doing that all the time. It's like, but then it's like they go home and then it gets sometimes reversed. or they just got other influences, man. So that's my frustration with it. But I keep going back every day. You know what I'm saying? We all do it, right? Different stuff that we're doing. You know, we go back and we try again, man. But after a while, man, I'm like, listen,
I ain't going back.
You gave me your letter.
This is the last day, man.
This is the last
day. Done. I ain't going back. Nah, so I was just having this conversation too, like, and this conversation comes up all the time, especially in my house. It's just the I don't know what is it, the aura or just the presence of a father or a man in the lives of young people, right? It's just different. You know what I mean? And I would say, a good father, right? And, or a good man who is being an example. So, my kids have, I don't know, they have stuff in their ears some days, or they just have problems like kind of listening to their mother at certain times, right? But when she asks them to do something, it just seems like they either ignore her or they can't hear her, and it doesn't happen, right? And I can say the same thing in a lower tone, right? And without as much energy towards them, and then boom, they get up and do it right away without question. And my thing is like my question to you brothers is, why do you think that happens, and why what's the difference from me saying it as a father, or to someone that's not my child, a black male, right, and saying it in a calm, stern voice? Why do I get a different result than, let's say, if it wasn't my kids, right? We can use my household as an example, but if it wasn't my kids, let's say in a classroom where I see that there's a white teacher, a white female teacher trying to tell a group of young people what to do, and then I can immediately come in and step in and say, no, this is what y'all need to do, right? And you get that, and you get a result. Like, what is the difference there, and why does that happen?
I think part of it is relationship. Like, there is, okay, when I, and I'm gonna, this is just kind of me being as transparent as possible. When I go to a conference, right, I go, if we got a joint lunch, or even when they do, they have those networking bingo moments or whatever the case might be, I'm looking for the folks that look like me, that I like. I'm gonna break the ice there first. We got some level of commonality, something that's open a door for us to be able to say, hey, listen, you look like me, we understand each other, different. You know what I mean? Whereas, and I think when we go into spaces, that's part of the draw, the connection. Like, man, they look like me, even though they grew up in a different household or whatever, they look like me. There's a level of being able to relate that they automatically feel, and along with it, seeing an adult black, particularly, especially male professional, they're gonna respond a little differently because they're like, yo, oh, they somebody. If they in this space, because I don't see a lot of them, so if they in this space, they must be somebody. So I think those things are what really work in our favor when we go into certain spaces. But I definitely experienced the same thing at home. My wife, she's the nurturer of the two of us. Like, now when she gets to her breaking point, then it's like,
don't nobody want no part of that.
Yeah. But it's, my kids know it's no negotiation. Like, man, if I said it don't happen, it's, you know what I mean? Y'all gonna not like me. And I'm like, and I tell my kids, I am okay with that.
Yeah.
Everywhere you go, my oldest son, hey, you play football, so you got friends on your team. You go to school, you got friends in the school. You got friends in the neighborhood on our street. You got all these friends. Guess what? Can't not one of your friends be your father?
Mm-hmm.
And so, since they can't have the job of being your father, then and you don't need any more friends than you already got. I'll be dad. I'll occupy this space. And if at some point in life we get real tight like buddy, that'd be great. But if we never get there, I'm okay with that too, because again, my job, I was put here on this earth as it relates to your and I connection relationship to be your father. Father first. All that other stuff is icing on cake.
Our parents used to say, man, I ain't here to be your friend, or I'm not one of your little friends.
I ain't one of your little friends.
I said that phrase probably 2 weeks ago to my daughter, and she got the message. Like, man, that whole thing about, like, I think dads, what happens, what I've seen is, like, especially if it's a situation where dads might not necessarily be living with moms or whatever the case may be, this feeling of like, well, I see him for this amount of time, so I gotta give him the gifts, and I gotta be like cool dad because da 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 da. Nah, be dad. They'll respect you for it later.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think I was saying, man, is that as fathers, even when we don't live in a home, we can't look for favoritisms. You know, I could care less if my son or my daughter likes me. It's a plus if they do.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I love both of them. You know what I'm saying? And I rank these jokers. You know what I'm saying? Like my daughter's number one this week. You know what I'm saying? Josiah didn't share his fries with daddy. You know what I'm saying? Rank, bro. You know what I'm saying? I put them in rank. You know, my daughter don't want to smile at me when and do certain things. Josiah take the top seat again. You know what I'm saying? It's flip flops. I play these games with them, and I told them. And I talk loud so the mamas could hear. Y'all got rank system.
Bro. I can't count that high.
There's a rank system, man. You know, it's a rank system. You know, when I get the other one or the other two, they're gonna be ranked too. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to tell y'all. But I just feel that, man, as fathers, man, we can't look for favoritism between the mom, and it can't be a competition between you and the mama either. You know what I'm saying? Fathers, you have to be fathers. You know, I'm younger to the game, but I've been learning how to be a parent from I was in high school, from on my basketball team with my teammates, being a big brother, being a leader, being a role model, coming to college, you know what I'm saying, being in my Caribbean club, Pledge Alpha, having so much mentees, you know what I'm saying, that prepares me, male or females, you know what I'm saying, prepares me to be a father. Plus, I have one of the outstanding men, Pastor White, you know what I'm saying, as a father figure to me, Ernie Walker, Rod Jones, man, listen, man, Arthur Jordan, Mark Morrison, I'm stacked. I'm cool. I see how those brothers run. You know, I go to these brothers' home, and I see how they're how they you know what I'm saying. My Pastor White has all daughters. You know what I'm saying. Me and Narcisse and Lowell, man, he adopted all three of us. You know, and we was the only thing we haven't done. We just sleep at his home. We eat there like it was ours. We get food to take back to college. You know what I'm saying. Ernie, good brother, man, brother Ernie Walker, great brother. He was my youth pastor. Now he's a pastor of the church. You know what I'm saying? Phenomenal person. Listens well. Nourish you, man. Man, listen. I have mentors while I was in school, even up to today. I could call on any one of those brothers. You know what I'm saying? Art is the only person that I can't reach. You know what I'm saying? And I had a dream about him the other day too. We're talking about it. It's crazy. But Arthur Jordan, man, I learned a lot from him while I was in college. So It's give and take, brother. It's give and take, man. It's give and take. As parents, as fathers, we got to give and take. You know what I'm saying? We can't look at the mother and be mad at them. Mothers is gonna be who they are, right? You know, and I tell myself that I can't let my son mother run up my blood pressure or my daughter mother run up my blood pressure. I ain't dealing with that. I'm trying to live a stress-free life as possible. You know what I'm saying? I'm a father. My son mother told me I wasn't a good father like last week because I didn't take off a week to sit for her because she got training. And one of the things is that I was about to take my son to North Carolina to my sister Chantel. Then she just got flippy with me. You know what I'm saying? She got flippy with me, man. And I'm like, yo, I'm doing you a favor, to be honest with you. But you don't see that. You see that you want me to take off a week of my time, like I don't have work to do. Like I don't have other things to do with my time. You know what I'm saying? No, I wasn't gonna do that. So I just canceled it right there last Sunday. I just canceled it. I said, you do your days, I do my days. Let's do that. Pissed. You know what I'm saying? She was mad. That's what happened, bro. You know what I'm saying? You got to be like, yo, I'm doing you a favor. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing both of us a favor. So both of us could go to work. My sister work from home. My sister would love to get his nephew, spend some time with the kids there. We'd have been all good. You ain't spending no money. I'm renting my car. I didn't ask you for money to help me pay for gas or nothing. But you want to flip off the mouth. Okay, listen, man, let's switch it up, man. Let's do it this way. All right? Days, you got your days, right? And that's what I did, man. You know, I get to stay home on my days. I let my people know on my job. I need to be home. My son, I don't have care for him right now. You know, this is what it is. This is what it is. I get to stay home. You know.
Yeah. What do you think would be? Let me ask you this, bro. Like, what did you think she really wanted in that situation? Now, I understand she wanted her time to go to this thing, but what do you think she really wanted?
Well, she wanted me to take, like I said, she wanted me to take off a week to stay home with my son, so she can do whatever she wants to do. There's no like with her. All right, say for instance, I want to take Isaac having a party in Rochester, and I want to go to Rochester. Isaac is coming through Maryland or something. Isaac said, "Yo, bro, I'll grab Josiah." Okay. If it's not, even if it's my weekend, right? But if it's not benefiting her, bro, she's no to it. She's gonna say no, right? That's how it is. So now me taking them to North Carolina would have benefited her because she got to go training and go do her side job or all the stuff she had to do. So you know what I'm saying, it would have been cool. But you can't try to manipulate the situation and try to manage the situation too. You can't do it. I'm a grown man. That's my child. That's my sister.
Yeah.
Y'all my brothers. So if y'all call me, y'all coming through Maryland, be like, yo, let's grab Josiah. We'll take him. You can come get him. You know, get him on Sunday. I'm supposed to be okay. Hey, even if it's not my weekend. Hey, is Josiah visit with you? I'm gonna let him go to bRho. You understand what I'm saying? And you're supposed to be able to trust me to say, okay, bRho. I know bRho. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm not doing nothing.
Okay,
bro.
I got you.
So those are the struggles I go through, man, when it comes to that situation. It's not my son, man. My son is cool. My son always want to be with me, man. Yeah. So and when she told me I'm not a good father, I said, oh, no, I'm not a good father. I said, okay.
Yeah.
No problem. No. I see you get child support money. And I see it over. My child support money don't go my kid get my kid a haircut. You know what I'm saying? I don't know where it go to. But I said, I still am cutting my son here. I don't care, man. Listen, I talk all this stuff, man. This don't bother me or nothing. But I had to tell her, I had to check her out there. So listen, man, God be with you, man. Because you're trying to work me for me to do something to you. And I said, this is not Jamaica. This is Jamaica. You'd have been very quiet. You've been very quiet. You know what I'm saying? But it's all right.
That is the struggle, man. And I know just being in the house, man, it's a struggle too, because when you have two different people, you're always going to have two different viewpoints, right? And somebody on here was just talking about it, that, you know, being a united front, man, is important, and it's tough to do sometimes, especially when you got two people that feel strongly about something. You know what I'm saying? Feel strongly about like how we think kids should be raised, right? So like for me, you know, I was big with you know, corporal punishment. You know what I'm saying? Like what? You know what I mean? But I had to relax on that, man. I had to use my words, as they would say. You know what I'm saying? Because
Kareem, you got a lot of nerve. You ain't never got a beating a day in your life and talk about something. You was big on corporal
listen,
punishment.
man. Let
You in the
me.
gay
Okay,
child line.
okay. Let me see. Now I gotta bring my mom on now because didn't tell you all the stories, man.
No, listen, no. Miss Hayes ain't never beat us, touch the soul. That sweet, kind woman.
All right, believe what you want.
Yeah.
Hold on, like you said about your dad, B. He was young once. My mom was young once. She was in her 30s and 40s.
If she had to, you made her do it. You made that sweet, kind woman do that. And shame on you for making that sweet, kind woman do that.
Shame on me.
Yeah.
It wasn't just me, man. It was I got 3 other brothers.
Shame on y'all.
I earned it.
Shame on y'all. Y'all earned it. Yeah, you did. You earned it.
I earned it, man. I mean, I stopped getting whoopings after
like 2 or 3.
3 days.
3 or 4. Right.
3 days. 3 days. Stop it. Stop
it. Spell whooping. You can't even spell it.
Yeah. Trying to slander that sweet woman's name. No, I will not let you do it.
Listen, I ain't slandering nothing, man. Listen, my mom had to do what she had to do, and my dad, you know, all he had to do was just say the word.
Listen, yo, my mom
pop in line, man. Be like,
but I'll be honest, like that. But again, kind of to the point, you know what I mean? That we're all kind of, because I think we're all saying the same thing. Mm-hmm. The most powerful thing my mom had at her disposal was wait till your dad get here. If it got to him, you knew it was about to be a bad day.
Bro, you talk about fear and anxiety. That's worth taking meds for right there.
Or what is
get all that other stuff.
Fear and trembling.
Fear and trembling. You done told yourself so many stories.
Man, listen. I used to get 3-4 whoopings for the same thing. My auntie friends, they're gonna whoop me out on the street. And they're gonna let them know I'm gonna get whooping again when I come back home.
Yep.
I'm saying, oh man, listen. You know,
yo, used to get whooping with palm trees, bro.
Yo,
you disrespectful,
yo, bro.
He disrespectful.
Bro, you get, hey, listen.
He disrespectful.
No, it's not disrespectful. You know the fruit they call tamarind. Tamarind ball, tamarind.
I know. Yep.
I need for y'all to look at what a tamarind tree looks like, right?
It's those stringy things, right?
It's stringy things, right?
And
when you take off a piece of that joint, you know, it wiggles. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, and the tamarind, it doesn't break that. It doesn't break that fat. It didn't break that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's wiggly.
Yo, Isaac is
they used to stand
Isaac is foul,
man. Like, go cut the tip.
Go get it. You gotta go get your own stuff. You gotta go get it, boy. And you know what I'm saying?
And it better be a good vine too.
It better be a good one.
Ezra, if you are listening, Isaac need a hug, man. He done had a day.
Hey,
that boy need a Snickers.
Hey, she already know. That's why I was late getting on today, man. It was a day. It's been a day, man.
What's up, man? The bar is empty.
The bar is empty.
We stopped down there. We went down to check out Gotti and them at Taste of Bahamas after work. So.
Okay.
Yo, bro was getting beat with coconut trees.
Bro,
we was getting beat with switches and
anything they could catch. Get it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, too, with that tamarind joint, they let you go and you try to run. Yeah, they reach out to you. Boom,
Yo, you ever catch the belt? You ever catch the belt with your hand?
What?
You ever grab
it? Listen, we used to get beat in school, bro. We get like
we didn't do that. Yeah, we
these
didn't do
jokers these jokers all to get hit in school. I'm like, yo, what's wrong? This is what's wrong with
y'all ain't never learned the belt technique though,
bro. Listen, my head
when they pull back and when your mom pull back and swing, you gotta put your arm out so the belt wrap around.
That don't work.
And then you pull.
Bro, I used to get it.
And then you pull. That is
at least
every
day,
5 to 10 seconds where you can recover, man.
If we would have attempted that, I wouldn't be on here. I would have never been on here. I would have never made it. Never would have made it. Yeah.
Oh
Jamaica,
my God.
They don't do it like they used to, bro. Like we used to get. Listen, man. My teacher, Miss Burl, in the 7th grade. I love her. I don't know where she at. I've been looking for her. You know what I'm saying? Because she changed my life in a lot of ways. But man, this teacher used to be so serious, bro. Just her looking at you in a van and you're walking to school and she passing the van and she see you, you're like, shit. So you know what we do? We take the wood, we take the bushes, bro, to beat her up. To get to school before she even get up there, bro. That's the fear that she used to put in us. You know what I'm saying? And we just walking to school. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, listen, man. That's why I don't have no sympathy for these little dudes that get these little ready-made, you know what I'm saying, class. Oh man, listen. You're talking to the wrong person when it comes to education. No, my school stuff, man. Hey.
Somebody would call when we talking about trauma and trauma bonding, man. I just call it discipline. They just
that's an argument, man. I think we might need to save for another show. Right?
Let's save for another show, man. We out of time.
It's late now. I gotta go to sleep, man. I'm tired. But trauma versus like so some people say like bullying, right? We kids got bullied in our era. It happened, right?
We know,
like it happened, right? So
you look like you perpetrated a lot of bullying, Ike.
Nah. We know who bully a lot of people.
Oh yeah, we do. We definitely do.
Right, there you go. I was a victim, but that was an opportunity for you to grow. That was an opportunity for you to, build some self-esteem, right? Those were opportunities for you to get a thicker skin, right? So what's not now, like if you're being bullied, that's directly associated with like exhibiting some type of trauma. So I think that would be a good conversation for us to have, like the difference between those two, like, how at what point does bullying become too much, right? Where it's just like normal part of the growing process, and then where does it turn into a point where it's actually causing trauma to
basically how much trauma is where's the line of trauma that's necessary to help a person grow?
Essentially, right? And again, like I don't know how we frame this conversation. I think we got to kind of think about that too, because there's different levels of trauma, and there's trauma that come from different things that happen in a young person's life, right? That that absolutely, like any of that happening is something that immediately goes to that I guess that goes to that definition of trauma, right? But what are certain things that young people go through that are really just things that are helping them to grow and develop and realize find those points of strengths in their life, and then some of those other things that man are just definitely clearly identified as trauma. But we can talk about that another time for sure.
Let me just say this about bullying before we go, man. I used to love the day where the person that was getting bullied will stand up for themselves and knock the bully out, man. Like that was the day. Like that was like the opportunity for you to like make your name for yourself. Back in the school days, man. Like word. All right, and you be hyping them up to like, yo, man, listen, next time you see them, you just stall on them. Like, don't say nothing. Just walk up to them. Like you do that, listen, man, your bullying days is over. Like that was I'm not saying that's the answer today, but that's the era we grew up in.
It just made me think about an episode of Everybody Hates Chris.
Even if you lost, that's it. Even if you lost, people was like, yo, you lost, but yo, my man got
Bet he
heart.
won't do that again. He ain't gonna say that again, right?
He ain't gonna say that again, yeah. And you was cool with that. All right, let's do some shout outs. Who we got?
I just want to shout out all the birthdays. Gotti, man, my Sands, of course, Mike, Shock, all the birthdays, and I want to shout out my I know we early, but I want to shout out Ike and Ezra's anniversary coming up this week, man. Big ups, man.
Berries.
Congratulations, love y'all. My all the youth, man, all the youth. If they are, it's a lot of you young people out there going out there to play sports for this fall. Man, listen, have a safe, fun season. Learn, work hard, and take all of the lessons. And don't just apply them to sports. Apply them to life, man. And I just want to shout out my favorite quarterback, man. My son played his tail off this weekend, and he's really coming into his own. He works his tail off in and out of season, man. And so I'm just proud to see his see the work that he's put forth in the off season, man, pay off on the field for him.
What school?
He goes to Eastern Rondequoit Middle School, so he's gonna be playing there as well. But he's playing youth football for the Flower City Panthers organization.
Okay. Hey, shout out to M-Dub, man. I know you got a squad coming back this year.
I gotta see him. I coach for a team that we played them week 3. I'm coach for Rochester Prep.
So I'm gonna spot you 20 points. You know what I'm saying? Spot you 20 points.
Yeah.
I'm riding with M-Dub, baby. I'm riding with M-Dub.
It's all right.
I heard them boys some bad boys.
They about to have a year though. They got the starting quarterback coming back again.
All right, they got some younger. I heard.
Yeah, listen.
Too.
Oh yeah, that's my son trained with most of those guys all off season. The starting quarterback is my younger cousin. You know what I mean? I'm very closely.
Everybody in Rochester, your cousin.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think the Smith
family
is so big in Rochester.
I'm just we'll talk offline. I tell you the connection.
I got you. Yeah, man. Shout out to everybody, man, that's going back to school. To all the schools this year, man. You know, Rockport, U of R, RIT, MCC, Buff State. You know, all the upstate crew, man. Joyful semester. Shout out to Miss P. Happy birthday to my boy Ike. And Lowell Lowell was down here. He celebrated his anniversary as well too. So shout out to Lowell and his wife, Miss Wisdom, Stacy Wisdom, on their anniversary. I don't know the years, but it's a lot. It was a lot of years. We went out to dinner on Saturday. Came down, went out to dinner. So it was a good vibe, man. And I know Raw for anniversary is coming up too, right? Right, Kareem?
Coming up, yep. Coming up in a few weeks, man.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, sir.
I was supposed to be leaving for Africa, but I'm not sure yet. So I'm more likely I should show up, but I'll let you know next week.
Okay.
My daughter's birthday is coming up September 6th, man. So I may have to miss it and then go later. Yeah, man. That's about it, bro.
Yes, sir. Hey, I just want to shout out definitely Dr. Lennon Brock, man. Shout out to him. His birthday, we said that earlier. Shout out to Olivine Brown. I worked with her son some years back when I first started out. So definitely shout out to you and your son and the work that he's doing. Want to shout out to Kendra White. Appreciate you for being a supporter of Bro Talk. We appreciate you. George Warren was on for a little while. And I know we didn't get a chance, George, to go over what you wrote down, man, but we definitely have to get back to that at some point. Vincent French, we appreciate you. Thank you.
Shout out Vincent French.
Yeah. Jerome J. Hill. Jr.
Bro,
Shout out to the bro. Yep, shout out to the bro. We appreciate you for getting on, hanging with us. Ray Myalise. Thank you, sir. We always appreciate your support. Derek Jason was also dropping some jewels earlier in the conversation, so we definitely appreciate you. And that is all. That's all I got.
Hey man, we got some viewers in Jamaica too, man. Shout out to all my viewers in Jamaica, man. Miss J, you already know.
You hear the guns going on. More fire, them.
More fire. It literally goes off, bro. Literally goes off. I was down there to kiss somebody in my community. I said, these days.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, man. Shout out to all black people doing black things in the black world. You know what I mean? Shout out to shout out to Donald Trump, man. Who about to
all right, man. You wilding right now.
Man.
All right, bro.
Yo, let's
go to jail. That's what I want to know.
For whoever is going to put the handcuffs on him and take his behind in there, man. Shout out to him, man. He going to
the nice jail though, man. He ain't going to the crazy one. He going to the nice jail.
Just get him in there. You know what I mean?
He could last 1 hour in. Not 1 hour. 10 minutes in
Jamaican jail.
No, any jail. Any jail.
Which is
nobody was in jail in Jamaica.
Nah, it's dirt with no windows, no toilet,
bro.
Third world, bro.
Jamaican jail.
Oh man. All right, man. Yo, shout out to one last one. Shout out to Ezra Bliss. Like, she's such an amazing human being, man. Thank you for doing these 11 years with me in marriage, but the 40 years that we've been together, before that. So, she's an amazing, mother. Definitely, appreciate everything that she has done for his household, man. For our children. Hopefully Eli's gonna start listening to you. But just want to let you know that I love you. I know that kid he's too much like me, man. It's crazy, man. Like, y'all gotta listen to this boy sometimes. But but definitely wanted to shout you out, Ezra. I love you. And happy 11 years Ezra. This Friday.
Much love too, Ezra. Love you, sis.
Much love. All right, y'all. Peace out. One love.